Are you living your dreams through someone else's life? Not trusting that God has something better for you? Perhaps you're that loving auntie that never got to have kids of her own. Or perhaps you're in a relationship, completely in love, but you and your partner can't agree on big issues. These are situations I lived through myself. Welcome, my name is Shoshana Salgado Muniz. I'm a registered nurse. I'm the author of the book Her Children Call Her Blessed, Thriving Through Crisis. Growing up, my father had a lot of wisdom, and he used to teach us from the Bible. It was his standard. I also wanted to follow God's word in my own life. Now I help people to live godly lives and become victorious through conflict. Today I will share with you 3 important key concepts for how to let go of things holding you back from living your dreams. These concepts may sound simplistic, but you would be surprised how many people are still stuck in life because they don't follow these steps. First of all, be open to listen to the advice of people that love you. Who is it that just annoys you to death because they always tell you the same thing? That could be the person you should actually listen to. Second, find your roots and what makes you tick. Who are you really? And who do you really want to be? Then sacrifice the thing that's blocking you from your dream. The third step is easier said than done. It's the most difficult, but it's doable. Today you will take a look at your own dreams and perhaps learn ways to accomplish them that you didn't realize before. I am so glad you joined me today to learn more about reaching your dreams. Often your dream is actually possible, but you don't realize it because something is blocking your vision. That is why I want to help you recognize it today. Then you will gain a new perspective on your life. Before I got married, I had a boyfriend for a couple years. He was a lifeguard, good looking and athletic. Basically, he was the ideal partner. However, he didn't believe in God like I did. He didn't share my faith or beliefs, so he didn't find it necessary to get married, as the Bible or religion would dictate. But I was so in love with him that I just continued in the relationship, hoping that one day he would change his mind. But he never did. However, one time when I was about to go travel to his house, my dad told me in his usual blunt manner, "If you go live with him, you are leaving God and everything you believe in behind." Whoa, that stopped me in my tracks. That was when I had to look deep into my soul, at my roots in God, and determine what's more important to me, my desire to keep the relationship or my love for my God and my deepest conviction and dream to ultimately get married. This was an extremely hard decision. I decided to follow my convictions, and I gave up that otherwise perfect relationship for something better. God's plan. My heart was broken in pieces to leave the person with whom I was deeply in love with. Ouch! When you give up what's good for what's best in your life, God won't leave you in the dust to fend for yourself. He will give you something better. And that's what God did for me. Now I'm married with 4 beautiful children. I can't imagine my life without my faithful, loving husband and adorable kids. They were worth the sacrifice. So the key to letting go of what's good for what's best is to take the advice that's hard to hear from someone who really loves you enough to tell you the truth. Dig deep in your soul and find your roots. your dreams and convictions. Then ask yourself, is there a decision I need to make? Will I live my dreams, or will I let someone else drive me to where I don't want to go? Will you live your dreams through someone else's life? Always being the maid of honor or best man and never the bride or groom? Or always being the loving auntie or uncle, but never the mother or father? Always living out of the apartment, but never the house you always wanted? I hear so many people say, yeah, I always wanted to have kids, or yes, I wanted to get married since I was a child, but who or what is stopping you today? This reminds me of when Abraham was asked to sacrifice his only son as a burnt offering to God. Abraham preferred to follow his convictions rather than his personal desire to protect his son. He was willing to sacrifice his own son on the altar to obey God. Sounds extreme, right? But that's how God tests our dedication to Him. Talk about a tough exam. Of course, God stepped in before Abraham put the knife to his dear son. Genesis 22:13 says, Abraham looked up, and there in a thicket he saw a ram caught by its horns. He went over and took the ram and sacrificed it as a burnt offering instead of his son. God stepped in. I want to challenge you today to make this your story. Get out of the trap that was set for you. Break out and follow your convictions and dreams the way you originally wanted. Listen to that good advice. Find your deep convictions. Then decide what has got to go. You are so awesome for having listened to this far in my video. Call me today for a free 30-minute consultation.